stricter visa regulations continues, both on the streets and in the boardrooms. Today, fresh accusations that government is inflating child trafficking figures to justify them.
Critics say tourism and jobs in the sector are bleeding. South African tourism has acknowledged negative effects but says it's difficult to accurately quantify. Home Affairs has again fiercely defended the new visa regulations.
The new visa regulations continue to court controversy. Aware of the unintended consequences, an interministerial committee is probing the issue. But the DA wants them scrapped. It says they've led to a reduction in tourism numbers, which in turn is causing job losses in the industry. Government says the regulations are aimed at curbing child and human trafficking. Maimani says, although child safety is among the list of the DA's priorities, the few recorded incidents of child trafficking do not warrant the implementation of the new visa regulations.
We don't want a single child in South Africa to be kidnapped or trafficked in any way. But in answer to a parliamentary question, 23 since 2009 has been the investigation done on this particular subject alone. 23. The figure they're touting about is 30,000. Give us the facts.
Home Affairs has again defended the visa regulations.
They tend to be narrow and self-interested. Every country or stakeholder looking out after its own interests. Most of these stakeholders are interested only in their specific areas or issues or perspectives and remain oblivious or uninterested in the interests and perspectives of other stakeholders.
Stats SA figures show a 7% drop in overseas arrivals in the first quarter of the year. At Parliament, South African Tourism said while it had no figures yet, it was aware of negative effects.
Some of the very important information that we're collecting now is about the number of people who get turned back by airlines at the airports because the documentation is doubtful. They look at this unabridged birth certificate, they cannot interpret it or be sure that it will be acceptable on arrival in South Africa. The airlines make a choice not to allow that person on board, so they deny them boarding on the spot.
The DA wants government to do away with the unabridged birth certificates and allow biometric data collection upon the arrival of tourists. Offenses Timo, SABC News, Pretoria.
The American flag